Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੁਣੋ ਲੋਕਾ ਮੈਂ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਰਸ ਪਾਇਆ, ਦੁਰਜਨ ਮਾਰੇ ਵੈਰੀ ਸੰਗਾਰੇ, ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਮੋਕੋ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਦਿਵਾਇਆ। Listen, O people, I have tasted the love of Vaheguru, that taste of Vaheguru, that Amrit Ras, that Har Ras, that sweet taste by meeting Vaheguru. When I tasted that, Durjan Mare Vairi Sangare Sadgur Moko Har Naam Devaya. Because I have received the Naam from Satguruji, all these Durjan, all these 5 thieves are now dead. This lust, greed, anger, attachment, ego is gone. They were my enemies, and they are no longer there. They have been destroyed with Vaheguruji's Kirpa. We have been discussing the various stages, and now this is the 3rd stage, when these friends are talking with each other, and this friend is asking the other friend, what happened after that? From yesterday we discussed that this friend started meeting Vaheguru. He said, what was your state before? What is your state now? Before meeting Vaheguru, what was your state? After meeting Vaheguru, what is your state? Asa Mahalla Panjwa, Dukh Kano Jab Hote Dur. I had lots and lots of pain, as in the mental pain. So much pain. I had worries, anxieties, all kind of dukh were there. You name it, I had it. Dukh Kano, Kano as in lot of pain. Jab hote dur, because I was away from Vaheguru. Vaheguruji was away from me. My husband, Lord, was away from me. I was suffering all the time. But with Vaheguru Ji's wisdom, ab maslat muhe mili hadur. When I started coming in Sachi Sangat, when I started getting the wisdom of Vaheguru, maslat muhe mili hadur. Now I stay in his presence based on his commands. When I started doing what he wanted me to do, which is liberation, Guru Pyareo. Some people think that we have to renounce the world to meet Vaheguru. No, we don't have to renounce the world. Maharaj says, stay in the world, stay in Maya, do everything. But remember Vaheguru. Your achar, as in your character, your lifestyle should be good. You have to play the game in Char Padarat. And when I started doing that, then people who were saying that you don't talk with me, you don't do this thing with me, they were always showing, a complaint. They were always complaining. But when I met him, their complaints also went away. See, other way out, in other religions or in other faiths, all faiths are good, but people think that they have to renounce the world. No. Maharaj says you have to stay in the world. Tinni viche maya paya. Chuka nehora sakhi saheri. And then my friends and family, they were saying I don't talk with them. But now I tell them I'm available. If you want to talk with me, let's talk. But Guru Pyare, what happens when you are going through the spiritual path, even if you if you're okay with people to talk, they don't want to talk with you because they have created their own opinion about you. Because you're not going to like any pubs, clubs, or discotheques, no social joints or anything. But they don't want to come to you. They don't want to come to the Sangat. They don't want to have that. That's a different thing. But he said, my Param, she said, this friend is telling other friend, Param gaya gur pir sang meri. And I don't have a doubt. Why I don't have a doubt now? Because I see everybody same. I don't see any difference. I see Vaheguru in everybody. My doubts have dispelled. It is because I am now always with Vaheguru. Pir sang meri, gur pir sang meri. Guru mere sang sada hai nalle. Because when Vaheguruji is with me, I don't have any expectations from anybody else, and I don't have any doubts. And when I see anybody, for me, there is no Hindu, there is no Muslim, there is no Sikh, there is no Christian. Everybody same. Rahao. Chuka nehora, sakhi saheri, param gaya, gur pir sang meri. Nikat aan priya sej tari. He is always with me, very close, as if I am sitting next to him in his sage on the bed. We are on the same bed. See, the references are always, because remember we discussed yesterday also that we are all soul brides. He is our husband. ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਇਸਤਰੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਖਸਮ ਹੈ. We all are ladies and he is our husband. So references are also like, it is as if I am on the same bed with him. Kaan kadante shoot pari. Kaan as in when we are dependent on others. And then now I am not dependent on others as in physical beings. I have been liberated from the clutches of Maya. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਪੰਜ ਦੂਤਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਛੱਡਤੀ ਮੈਂ. And I'm not dependent on any worldly expectations, worldly desires. It has gone away because now I'm on the same bed with Vaheguru. Since Vaheguruji is with me, I am not dependent on others. And what happened? It happened because of the Shabad. Through the Shabad, I got connected with Vaheguru all the time. Whenever I am in this world also, ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਵਿਚਰਦਾ ਵਾਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਵਾਂ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜਿਆ ਰਹਿਣਾ। Whenever I am in this physical world also, I am always connected with Vaheguru through the Shabad. Mandar mera Shabad ujara. Mandar as in this body, as this temple. This body is a temple. Har mandare sharir hai. Naam ratan pragat hoye. This mandar, this body is now has the light of the Shabad. It is as a blissful light of the Shabad all the time. Meaning, I have wisdom now. The darkness went away. The ignorance, darkness went away. Now my mind is enlightened. My mind is full of wisdom. The Gyan, the Brahm Gyan. Mandar mera Shabad ujara. And I am in bliss because my Khasam, as in my Vaheguru, as in my husband Lord, is blissful. Anad Vinodi Khasam Hamara. And I understand his games now. This world is his game. This is a game. And when we understand, when we come in Hukam, when we understand Hukam, when we receive the Naam, when we understand the Shabad, then we understand this world is a game. We are temporary here, just like the travelers. And we love it actually, because when we become part of that game, when we start understanding the game, when we see the game from outside, then we understand it's a game. See, Guru Pyaro, when you go in a stadium and you watch any game, when there is a game being played, the players are inside the game and they're playing the game. They have a different emotions, different everything. But when you are outside the game, when you see the game, you see it differently. And that's why Maharaj also told us that we have to be spectators, observers. Can they no dekho game no? Don't participate in them much. Just see the game. And every being is made by Vaheguru. So see Vaheguru in everybody. Mastak Pag मैं फिर कर आया. How he's seeing the game now, or she's seeing the game? Because she's living in the house of Vaheguru, in the Thirkar. In the house of Vaheguru, that Thirkar. And he's saying Mastak Pag, because of the good fortune. Because it was written on my forehead, and this is written on everybody's forehead. Mastak hove likhya har simar prani. Mastak Pag, the fortune, is written on my forehead. You know, in Indian system, they say all your future and past is written on the forehead. But what is written on the forehead? That chiri and all, that letter is written on the forehead, which is that we have to meet Vaheguru. We have to meet Vaheguru. This is everybody's fate, no matter what. Whether you are a theist, whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, it is everybody's destination to go back to their own house. Mastak Pag मैं फिर कर आया. कहते मैं पहुंच गया ਉਹਦੇ ਘਰ. थिर सुहाग नानक जन पाया. Now I am happily married bride, and my suhag, as in my husband, is thir. It's always steady. He's never gonna leave me. I'm not gonna leave him. मेरा मरना जेड़ा जीना ते मरना चूक गया. This is the state of the last stage of liberation. Thir suhag nanak jan paya. But the curiosity of this friend is still not yet. The curiosity is still there. She's still asking her the questions. Can they phone ki? Now what? What next? Asa mahalla panjwa Sach naam mera man laga. And then now my mind, man has anchored, as in my mind. Okay, now my mind is always connected in the naam, always connected in the Shabad. I am still living in the Maya, but my mind is connected with the naam all the time, 24/7. Sach naam, and this is the state which we all have to connect with. We have to become like this. Sach naam. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸੱਚੇ ਨਾਮ ਦਾ ਤੀਰ ਪੱਕਾ ਹੀ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ. ਸਾਚ ਨਾਮ ਮੇਰਾ ਮਨ ਲਾਗਾ. Always connected with Vaheguru. Logan ਸਿਓ ਮੇਰਾ ਠਾਠਾ ਬਾਗਾ. Logan ਸਿਓ ਮੇਰਾ ਠਾਠਾ ਬਾਗਾ. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ no longer I'm interested in the superficial stuff. Yes, I meet people, I talk with them, but from outside. And if this is a technique, Guru Pyare, if we learn this technique, will be amazing. You talk with the people, but you don't get absorbed in those talks. People they cry when they see a movie because the man film ਚ ਵੜ ਜਾਂਦਾ. The mind is in the film, in the movie. We have to see this tamasha from outside. When if something is happening, be an observer. Don't get absorbed in that because everything is temporary. Things are going to perish. And the only way to do that is always connected with the Naam. Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. Antargat Simran all the time. Bahar Soot Sagal Syo Mola. Kende baro baro te, it feels like that I'm talking. I'm still a Mayatari person. But inside, I am connected with Vaheguru all the time. Outside, it seems like that I am connected with the world. But world don't like me. When you walk on the spiritual path, Guru Pyareo, it's not that you renounce the world, people renounce you. There's so many stories within the Sangat that when they were with their friends and they used to drink alcohol and whatnot, at the moment they started doing the Pagati, the friends started leaving them. You still want to talk with the people, but people don't want to talk with you because they know you're going to talk about Vaheguru with them. People will stop doing the Nindya Chugli with you because they will know that, yeah, he's standing there, but he's not interested in any gossiping and slandering. They will not even do gossiping and slandering with you. They will not do any hate talks with you. Alpat raho jaise jal mein kola rahao. Rahao took the central idea. As in, you stay, you see a lotus. Lotus is always blossomed in the mud. Lotus flower will come out of the mud. There's mud all over, but the lotus is blossomed. That is how our mind should be. That is how we have to live. We still stay in Maya, as in the mud, but we are not impacted with that Maya. We are not inflicted. We are with that Maya. We are detached with the Maya. We stay, but we are detached. Alpat raho jaise jal mein kola. Bahar soot sagal syo mola. Alpat raho jaise jal mein kola. Outside it will feel like that we are still in Maya. But inside, you are not connected with Maya. Meaning you are not connected with the desires. She's saying, this is my state now. You are asking me, I'm telling you, but nobody asks me. A lot of people are not interested in these things, Guru Pyare. I still remember once I had a Gurmukh friend. He went with me to the Gurdwara Sahib, and he's born and brought up here. And he's Sharif, he's a very innocent person. And he told the committee that, oh, all our friends are like that. They are all connected and all that stuff. Nobody's interested in that. People are only interested in the programs which are there in the Gurdwara. If people are coming and putting the money in the Golak. If the more money is being done, they are interested in more of those smagams, like the Kirtan smagams and all those smagams. Not that anything is bad, but people like the kanras. Kanras as in when they enjoy with the ears. Just like you go to the concerts or the music, that's what they like. But they don't want to take the gyan of the Guru. But We don't have to care about anything. Maharaj says, alpat raho jaise jal mein kola. Kola as in the lotus flower. You still stay in the Maya. You still jap naam. You still go to the Gurdwara. You still do all those things, but you're detached from inside all the time. Because, especially for the married people in the family, not everybody is going to be connected with a spiritual path. And sometimes they will tell you, let's go watch a movie. Let's do this. Let's do that. You go there, but you're still connected. And try that. If you're getting distracted, that means you were never connected. So make yourself so strong. Don't renounce the world. You stay in the world, but you're still detached. Any surti. If there is a toll is being played, toll, right? Which is used for the pangada and all. It is so loud. Your focus should not move. Your focus should be thir, steady. Alpat raho jaise jal mein kola. Just like in the water, the lotus flower is blossomed, but the flower is still in the water, in the muddy water. मुख की बात सगल स्यों करता जी संग प्रभ अपना तरता. In the world, what happens? People don't talk about spirituality. They're not going to ask you, oh, how did you meet God? Now, this friend is the only friend, and she's interested in her, but mostly people are not interested. They'll say, "Tada kam kitna chal raha hai? How is your work? How is your life going on? How is your family?" The petty talks. And when somebody comes and talk with you, you say, "Okay, everything is great. Chardi kala." Mukh ki baat sagal syo karta. I'm telling everybody, yeah, the worldly talks, yes, yes, that's it. Not many words. You don't get absorbed in the talks. You just say it lightly. Ji sang prabh apna tarta. But your mind is always connected. The problem comes, Guru Pyareo, people will come and talk with you. Oda ki haal hai, oda ki banaya. They had this, they had disease, they had divorce, or whatever the worldly affairs are. You keep on studying, getting absorbed in those talks. No, you don't. You just talk, but from outward. Inside, you are only and only connected with Vaheguru. Ji Sang Prabh Apna Tarta. My mind is always, my heart is always connected with Vaheguru. Dees avat hai bahut pihala. Then you know what happens? When you start behaving like that, you're not behaving like that. That's what your personality becomes. And people will not like you. This person is very dry. बड़ा रुखा बंदा वा ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ. There's no benefit talking with him or her. These avat hai bahut pihala. This is a terrible person. He doesn't reply, doesn't talk much. But inside, it doesn't matter. People, you're nindya chugli, you're gossiping and saying, let them do it. Asi ki karna hai? What should we do? Sagal charan ki e man rala. Because when we see Vaheguru in everybody, we become the dust of their feet. मेरा मुझ में किछ नहीं जो किछ है सो तेरा तेरा तुझको सौंप के क्या लगे है मेरा सगल चरण की ए मन राला. Tool. We have to become Turi of everybody, Turi of Gursikhs, because we see Vaheguru in everybody. Man ne Turi banna Guru Pyareo, not the physical body. Some people start putting the Turi on their head physically. They're taking the dust and putting on their forehead. No, not that. Your mind is the dust of the feet of everybody. Meaning, your mind should be always humble, no ego. If the ego is coming, or that you have met God and you have seen the God and others have not, that means you have not met God. The humility should be there, and it will automatically come when you will have a darshan of Vaheguru. Nanak jan gur pura paya. And that this is how with Vaheguru Ji's Kirpa. Guru Pyaro, very important thing is Sagal Charan ki e man rala. Mostly when we start going in the Sachi Sangat, when we start doing the Amrit Vela, we start showing to others. मैं तो जी रोज संगत करता, मैं गुरुद्वारे जाना, I go to the Gurdwara, I do the seva, I wake up at Amrit Vela, I do this much amount of Simran. Whenever we do these things, Guru Pyareo, when we share a lot with others, and if the other person is not interested, it goes out of your kamai. It goes out of your naam kamai, wealth of naam. You're wasting your breath. Only talk about these things with the people who are really interested, who really want to know. Just like this friend was really interested. And you have to be in that state. And initially, you have to be very careful because the ego can inflict your mind very fast. Ego can come in your mind very fast. That's why Maharaj is saying the state is Sagala Charanaki Eman Ralla. We have to be humble and make sure because initially it is very difficult. And that's why ਉਹਦੇ ਛੁਪ ਕੇ ਰਹਿਣਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਬਹੁਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲਣਾ, ਬਹੁਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲਣਾ. We don't talk much at that time. But when with Vaheguruji's Kripa, then when Vaheguruji is staying close to you all the time, thir suhag ਜਦੋਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਏਗਾ, when he is always with you all the time, he will give you the instructions what to talk, when to talk, how to talk. Nanak jan Gurpura paya, antar bahar ek dikhaya. And then you will see not Vaheguru just inside, you will see Vaheguru outside also. That sun which we talk about, अंदर दी सुन ते बाहर दी सुन एक हो जाती है. Meaning, the desires which we have inside, they will be gone. The outside desires will be gone. Everything becomes one. Then that is the stage. Sab Gobind hai, Sab Gobind hai, Gobind bin na koi. Sab Gobind hai, Sab Gobind hai. Then all the time you will see Gobind. Eko hai, pai eko hai, sai mera eko hai. Then inside and outside you will see Vaheguru. But till that stage, you have to be very, very careful because ego can inflict your mind very fast. बड़ी छेती मन दे विच होमे आ जाएगी. नानक जन गुरपूरा पाया, अंतर बाहर एक दिखाया. Inside and outside, you see Vaheguru with Vaheguru Ji's कृपा. Vaheguru Ji का खालसा, Vaheguru Ji की फतेह. हाँ जी गुरु प्यारो, किसी का कोई सवाल? Any questions? Going once, going twice, going thrice. Aao ji Simran kariye ji. Wah, tummy in, listen to your voice. Guru, tummy out, listen to your voice. Why? Guru, why? Guru, why? Guru, why? Guru, seva kar lo ji. Why? Guru, why? Guru, why? Guru, why? Guru, why?
Guru, Wah, 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 Guru, Wa, 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 Guru, Guru, Na, Guru, Na, Guru, Wa, 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 Guru, ri a 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 ਰੀ ਆ 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 ਰੀ ਵਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਵਾਹ ਅੰਤਰਗਤ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਹਮ ਅਵਗਨ ਭਰੇ ਏਕ ਗੁਣ ਨਾਹੀ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਾੜ ਬਿਖੈ ਬਿਖ ਖਾਈ। ਮਾਇਆ ਮੋਹ ਪਰਮ ਪੈ ਭੂਲੈ, ਸੁਤ ਦਾਰਾ ਸਿਉ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਲਗਾਈ। ਇਕ ਉੱਤਮ ਪੰਥ ਸੁਨਿਓ ਗੁਰ ਸੰਗਤ, ਤਹ ਮਿਲੰਤ ਜਮ ਤਰਾਸ ਮਿਟਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਟ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ, ਗੁਰ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸਰਨਾਈ। ਇਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਟ ਕੀਰਤ ਕੀ, ਗੁਰ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸਰਨਾਈ। ਭੁੱਲਾਂ ਚੁੱਕਾਂ ਦੀ ਖਿਮਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।